doing? Friday! Which was kind of a waste of the day for me yesterday, so it's alright. It's alright. A few things happened. Barely got to do any work yesterday, but it's okay. Today is Friday, and then we have the weekend. And July 1st is Canada Day. So it will be exciting, as usual. I don't know where my Canada Day shirt is. I may have to dig it out and see what's up. It's gonna be a nice sunny day. It's behind me is a bus stop all the time that I get the buses going on. Hope y'all are doing well. If you are watching the replay, please don't forget to blueberry muffins in today. Yeah. Yes. Hold on a second, just a second. Now, House of Floraiku, if you are familiar with House of Floraiku, please let me know what's your favorite scent from them. I am kind of intrigued by their scent. I mean, they're not, I feel like the House of Floraiku is quite niche and quite niche, and seems like they have a quite variety of scents. Not everything is for everyone, and some of them are, I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant about them because they're quite expensive. So like it comes in a 50 ml, the one that is on the picture. Lily sent me a bunch of these and I haven't tried them yet. Only the umbrella for two, one umbrella for two. Yes. But I tried that last year. Yeah, so I am actually inclined to get a discovery set from the Floraiku because I have tried one umbrella for two. Well, obviously I have a bottle, and then I have tried between the two trees, and that's really nice as well. And I think I have tried AO, I think. One of my friends here sent me a sample of AO, and that was absolutely gorgeous. And I have Sounds of Ricochet in the mail, so I should get it sometime soon. Just the notes looked very interesting, so I got that one. But thing is, Floraiku is interesting. I didn't know about Floraiku. Floraiku is basically the founders of Memo, House of Memo, tried to, like, they came up as, is it called Clara and John Molly, founders of Memo. They came to they founded this House of Memo, the House of Floraiku, based on Japanese concepts. So like that I didn't know about the house. The house came on the market in 2017, apparently with 11 cents. They have really interesting, yeah, the caps are very interesting. I really like the caps. And you know, let me take this off for a second. And I think the bottles are very interesting, but one disappointing thing, I didn't know they're refillable, number one, and they come with a 50 ml and they have a little 10 ml that comes with it as a traveler sprayer. The cases are absolutely beautiful. I knew kind of the case of the fragrance has kind of this Japanese design flowers on top, and absolutely gorgeous, but I didn't clue in that it was basically based on Japanese culture or whatnot. So what was disappointing was that they are refillable, but the refills are about almost the same price at same ml. So it's 60 ml for the same price of the 50 plus 10 ml bottle, which is like, well, I would expect the 60 ml to be a little bit less, but okay. So it's not much of a, no, sorry, there's a little bit of a price difference, but not as much that you would expect to. So, or I would expect like a larger quantity for less price. But anyways, this one it's really interesting. So this is the one that has the rice. I think it has the rice note. And hi Ida, how are you? Price was always a turn off. Yes. But you can find it on discounters. I think the it's still expensive. Like Fragrance Buy has some now. I think that's where I bought the Sounds of Ricochet. I think it came back to stock like a few days ago. Hi Kenny, how are you? Um, yeah, so this one has a rice note, and for me, when you say rice, it's a little bit different because so the rices that is being used in perfumery a lot of times is kind of rice powder, not really like a cooked rice or steamed rice or kind of the rice that I am used to. Like, you know, in Iran, we steam the rice, and we use a lot of saffron, so it's kind of like smells like steam and a little bit of saffron. There's no powdery smell because of the steam, but this is almost like rice powder. This reminds me of the smell of rice that is in here. You know, if you get, I don't know how many people smelled these. I don't know why I like it's now. I'm looking back at my childhood memories, and it's like I've smelled things that, you know, most people don't. Like you don't go about and smell it. So if you have a bag of rice, at the bottom of it, it's like it's powdered and left. There's that dustiness of that is left, and that's how it smells like. That's the rice powder smell. I don't know why have I smelled such thing, but I have as a child. Apparently, I was going around and sniffing my way like a dog. So and I quite like it for that though. It's also nostalgic in some ways because my mom used to send us to, like, you know, go get like, you know, 2 cups of rice, and like we have like huge, like, you know, bags of rice, and I go there and just like take the measuring cup and put it in a bowl, but then the measuring cup inside, it would be like dusty, like with the rice dust, and it smells like that, and it's very interesting. And it has this one has cyclamen, I think, and then blackcurrant. I love blackcurrant in fragrances. But if it's not too sweet and cloying, if it's too sweet and cloying, then it's not going to be for me. I love these nostalgic moments about the perfumes. I know, right? Like you just like sometimes it is immediate and it just almost like, you know, which one was that? I have Tonka Sesame from EPC, Experimental Perfume Club. Tonka Sesame from EPC, it was just like immediate. I was like, as if I was transported to the store that they would roast sesame seeds. I was like there. I was like there in the store. It was just immediate transportation there, and like image and smell and everything. And sometimes I'm like, this is familiar. Where have I smelled it before? Like why is this so familiar? I know that it hasn't been in long. So yes, it does. Because it gets like this, there's that kind of a cakey powderiness. There's a little bit of a sweetness, with, I think there's some vanilla in here, right? I'm not 100% sure, but then there's that kind of powderiness, and there's a little bit of a sweetness, a little bit of a fruity from blackcurrant smell, and it does come across as a blueberry muffin. There's one also. Now there's another house. This, what is it? EBK. There's another house called EBK, and they have a fragrance is like yacht, something yacht. Can't remember what it is, but that smells like blueberry muffin. And when I had my little one smell it, he's like, "This smells like blueberry pancakes," and I'm like, "That's awesome." EPC is beautiful house too. Hi, not in the know. Yes, Deep in Desire Yacht. Yes. That is the one. That is exactly the one that smells like blueberry muffins. And now that you say it, they smell similar to this one. Heard that brand. Can you still only buy them on IG? I think so. I think you can only buy them on IG. I did end up texting them and on IG, and I got it. It's a little kind of dodgy to, you know, I think they send you an invoice or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I haven't seen them on any discounters. I haven't seen them in any kind of website selling. So I think it's probably still IG. If you don't have IG and you are planning to buy, just let me know. I can get in touch with them and facilitate that. Yeah, so, and then there's a little bit of a tea note in this one, but very subtle. It's not like a black tea by any means. Like, you know, it's really mixes all well together, and it makes it a really round and smooth fragrance. I quite like this one. I mean, the Longevity Sillage, obviously, you know, from a Japanese inspired house, you're not expecting something beast mode. You're not expecting something that's gonna, you know, I mean, I wouldn't. Like, there may be fragrances that are like that, but I wouldn't expect something that would just, choke everyone in a mile radius. Like, it is not like that. But it stays quite a bit, and it has a, comfortable scent bubble. It's quite a comforting fragrance. If you haven't tried it, just give it a try. The presentation is beautiful. I really like the bottle, and I really like the 10 ml. The reason, I'll send a picture of my kiddo this morning trying to pick up his scent of the day. The reason I picked this he comes running to my room, and he's like, "Mommy, can I pick a perfume?" And I'm like, "Sure." So he goes to one of the cabinets, and he opens the cabinets, and he's like standing there. It's just like, he's looking at all of. He's like, he was there for a few minutes. Like, I'm like, he's having trouble picking his scent of the day, and he ended up picking this one. He's like, he's, as a 5-year-old, he's like very attractive. He first picked Tuxedo from YSL, and I was like, are you sure? Because I'm not sure if the daycare will be happy with you wearing this. So I was like, Mommy, do you want to smell it from the nozzle and see if you like it? And he smelled it from nozzle. I was like, nah, I don't like this one. And then he went and picked this Floraiku. I don't. He must be getting taller to reach this floor. He's ready for, oh my God, he's been ready for life. Karen, his like woman schmoozing skills is off the charts. He knows what to do. He knows how to be kind, and how to be a gentleman, and how to be charming. He's like, he's all of that. He's gonna be trouble. He's gonna be my trouble for sure, 100%. Yeah, tuxedo is a good choice, but not for a 5-year-old going to daycare in the dead of heat. Like, today's gonna be hot. And I don't think, I don't know. I don't know what he thinks when he picks up it's always I know. I was the youngest. I wasn't, well, yes, I am kind of the black sheep and the rebel, but anyways. Yeah, so that was his scent of the day. He was kind of like he's trying to reach the top shelf with the Rajas and other things, and I'm like, maybe we'll just like leave those alone for a little bit. I don't think they're appropriate for you. But this was a nice scent. He wore it not on his tattoo hand, because he has had a tattoo yesterday on his right hand. And when that happens, we are not allowed to wash it off or scrub it off or spray anything on it. So he's wearing on the other hand. So whatever. So there's that. Hi, Robert. How are you? Drop me your scent of the day. Tell me what you're wearing. How are things with you guys? What are the plans for the weekend? Is everyone getting excited? What's up, everyone? What else? What else is coming? In July, I'll be making some huge purchase. I think I did contact my sales associate yesterday, and I was like, well, did you get Amour Celeste from Guerlain in your stock? And he's like, of course, sweetheart, but I was waiting for the sale to come in July to let you know. But if you want, I'll put a bottle aside for you. And I was like, fuck. I wanted him to say we don't have it. No, we're not getting it, and there's gonna be no sale. But now I am hooked, and I think I'm gonna be getting a bottle of Amour Celeste. It is nice. It is nice. I know it doesn't worth the price. I talked about it yesterday. It doesn't worth the price for sure, but it is very nice, and I like the bottle. And I like the gift sometimes that comes with the purchases from my sales associate. I must say that's how they get you hooked. This weekend I'm going to get a drink of Capri Suns. Going to drink a lot of Capri Suns. Good times, absolutely. Another beauty from Guerlain. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so it is. How can I say it? It's a very pretty scent. It's a very, very pretty scent. Slightly in the juvenile side. Nonetheless, very pretty, non-offensive. There's nothing that you would not like. It's very likable. And it's happy and uplifting. but not complex. I'm not saying it is sophisticated by any means. Definitely doesn't justify the price point. But if you want, I'll send you a sample. Dude, like, Ida, you have a package with me. I still have your Iris Medici. You haven't let me know if you want anything else. Just let me know. In the Iris Medici, when you let me know, and when I get the this Amour Celeste, I'll send you a little bit of it. I just remembered because yesterday I walked into that room that I left your package at, and I'm like, she has still a package with me. I haven't sent it out. Anyways, nearly all my fragrances are heavy winter scents. You know what, Robert? Is same. Like, I am really, 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 really like attracted to amber, incense, patchouli, you know, deep resinous scents. Like, I love those scents, and not a lot of summery fragrances. And like, I am kind of struggling. Partly is like summer is here. Okay, so here is warm now, and like starting June it gets warm, and the like mid-June starts getting warm, and then we have July is hot, and August is, by the end of August, starts getting cooler. Like, the days could be like 18 degrees maximum during the day, or like whatever that would be in Fahrenheit, like probably like 65, 66, or like around that. And then comes September, it can be very cool or it can be very hot. So like, we don't know, but it's by end of September it's over. Like normal weather, like we have snow in October, and that's it. So most of the year, it's a cooler weather here, so it makes sense for me to have a lot of heavier scents. But you know, I would die if I'm living somewhere that's like so hot, because you know, freshies are not my favorite scents, like in general. Have you smelled Dawn by Frederick Malle? No. I've smelled a dupe of it when I was very juvenile in a frag game. I don't know what house of it was, like Dapper or something had put something, and I got a dupe of Moon, I think a Night as well, and they were so skanky awful that I didn't try. And I think I have tried Night at Holton Renfrew, and it wasn't my thing. I can't do no, I can't do oud. No, not oud for me. I have just survived 45-degree heat wave. Oh my god, in Boston, bathing oh my god, is it coming our way? I'm gonna die. Bathing in my fig perfumes. I started appreciating freshies a lot. Yes, I know. I mean, as it gets hotter, I'm like, should I get LV Pacific Chill? I like LV Pacific Chill. It's a really good one. Embrace the skankiness. You know, Robert, the skankiness, sometimes I can embrace it, but it's very moody. Like, it's not something that I could do like every day, day in, day out. I could wear an amber day in, day out for all year, but like, it's hi Raymond, how are you? Hi Sarah. But skankiness is a little bit like, even yesterday, we were filming like with my we were videoing with my friend. We were trying to do Chanel Antos modern and vintage. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to keep the vintage. It's too skanky for now, but I'm most likely I will keep it until winter and see how I feel about it in winter, because that might be a different take in winter. It is vintage. It is, I think it's 1980s or 90s. I'm not 100% sure where I got my bottle, but I may think of decluttering it in fall. I'm driving to Fragrance Fest as we speak. Whoa! Where is that Fragrance Fest? Why am I not aware of Fragrance Fest wherever you are? Where are you, Raymond? Where do you live? It is, I know there are so many fragrance events all over the world. Like, there's a huge one in Dubai. There's one in Milan, obviously, Excellence. There's the Scent Explorer. And then there's another one in like, there's Paris Perfume Week. And then there's another one in Florence, but that's only for businesses. Also, have you smelled Velvet Incenso? Velvet Incenso from Dolce & Gabbana? I have my favorite one is Velvet Amber Sun. I love that fragrance. I'm gonna say it until I die, and nobody's gonna. That fragrance is underrated AF. But no, I haven't smelled Velvet Incenso. I wasn't very like intrigued by the rest of the line. I had Velvet Love, I had Velvet, is that called black patchouli, or not velvet patchouli? It's like black patchouli. I had that one. Black patchouli wasn't bad, but I decluttered. It kind of was like, hi Lily. Oh, look at that. Lily's up and at 'em on a Friday. Yeah, and then I had another one. I have Velvet Amber Skin, but I've never tried Velvet Incenso. It reminds me of an old wooden church. Oh, really? Nice, nice, nice. You know, I have some stuff like that. Like I got from Filippo Sorcinelli yesterday. I got Voix Humaine 8 or 8. And that smells like that. It brings that. It's kind of incensey. Thought it was Thursday. Thank God. Yeah, no, it's Friday. Yeah, so next July 1st is Canada Day. So, and I guess for you guys is the Independence Day is like July 4th. And I may have someone coming visiting me. I'm hoping she will, from this perfume world. Tara lives in Minneapolis, and Minneapolis is about 8 hours drive from where I am. And hopefully she will be coming over and staying with us for a little bit. I'll try to do some lives and stuff with Tara. I'm in Hawthorne, Nevada right now. Ooh, Hawthorne, Nevada. What a beautiful name for a city. The name of a flower. Beautiful. But that must be deadly hot. I don't know if I could do. I'm not really a person who can live in heat very comfortably. I hate sweating. I only like in the gym, like it's okay, but like in general, I'm not that kind of like, you know, you lost a day but gained a weekend. Yeah, absolutely. The desert sucks. Yes, like it's kind of, but you know, I must say, in Iran we have like there's now when people are when I come in Iran, they always like, oh, did you take the camel to school? No, we don't ride camels where I am from. No, my hometown is about like 3.5 million people living in, and has like more highways than the city that most cities here that I have lived in. But there is a desert, I think it's called Desert Lut, in kind of like central, a little bit towards central east side of Iran, and they have sand dunes and stuff, and I have never seen a sand dune, and I really want to kind of visit sand dunes and things like that. There's also a beauty in that, but I think I've driven by the major city that's I don't know. I've stayed at the major city. I've stayed at Yazd, but I've never stayed. There's also I really want to experience that one day though. Maybe one day. The kids have been asking me like to go and visit, and I'm like, definitely not right now. When you're older, maybe. That would be nice to take him to the older places. I love deserts and how outwardly they are. You know what is inspiring about these things, like deserts, or you know, for work I have gone to Arctic Circle once, not once, more than several times. For work I used to go fly into a reserve, like it's not a reserve, basically it's Nunavut, which is kind of in the Arctic Circle. I had to take a plane from here where I am, which is, you know, here in Canada, kind of close to the Arctics, but to take a flight to Churchill, from Churchill to another community. Churchill is the basically northern point of Manitoba, and then from Churchill to another community, and from that community to another. So 3 flights in, where there's no cell phone reception, there's no cell phone towers. Like they all have satellite phones, and stuff like that, and crazy stuff. And the guy, was he a teacher? There was a guy in the community who used to do dog sledding. So he had Malamutes and Huskies, and I'd ask him, and I was like, can you take me? And there was another colleague with me, and I was like, hey, can you take us to dog sledding? And it was winter. Like I remember, like it could have been February, or March, February or March, I can't remember. And he said, sure. So he took us for like, they were like 8 Malamutes. No, it's interesting how they designed their kind of like their dogs. So Malamutes are engines, like they are huge huskies, like basically they're engines, and they are like two in the back who are like pulling, and then the strength they are. And then there's huskies in the front of them because they're wild and they need to be in control. They need to be jammed in between, otherwise they're like whatever. But they also pull, so they have a lot more, like they drive to go. The power's in the back, and the dogs at the front, now I can't remember what kind of dog is, not collie, but like there's another dog who's smarter and is more intelligent in navigation. So there's a system to how they arrange their dogs. Huskies are very intelligent, but they're the cats of the dog world, right? Like I used to have a husky, and oh God, she was something. Um, so then they he took us out and we went, like, this is frozen Arctic Ocean. Like we are in the middle of frozen Arctic Ocean, and we stopped and for tea because we had taken tea with us. And it was just, what blew me away was the silence. You know, you just like stop for a second and everything is so silent. Like there's nothing. And it's amazing. Like you don't get that often, you know, in the city, or like where, even in your house, even if you're living in a big house, it doesn't happen often. But it is, and I feel like desert would have the same thing. And it's just watching it could be very relaxing, although it's not, probably is not going to be like, if you stranded in it, it's not good. But if it is, you're just going for a visit, it could be very good. I really want to experience that once. I love the Malamutes. Yes, Malamutes are very they are really, but they're not the smartest dogs. Malamutes, they are very nice. I would love to have a Malamute, but they need a lot of walks, and they have a lot of energy and things like that, and they can be very destructive if you don't give them enough attention. Cats of the dog world, absolutely. Cat dog. They far away from the polar bears. They are super cute when they are babies. Yeah, so that's another story. We got there, and I think I've said this a few times in the lives, that we got there, and that was another trip. And one of the people in there, they're like, oh, do you want to go on a ride on my quad? And I'm like, sure. So in summer, the polar bears are more closer to the communities because they just like the ice hasn't has melted, so there isn't a lot in there. So they come and they get into garbage and stuff like that, the garbage dumps and stuff. So there are more bears around than it's in winter, because in winter they go out fishing and like to the water, to the ice basically. So I get out there, and first, like, we were driving in the community, and I'm like, I'm looking at the side of the house. They've hung, like, I guess they hunted a polar bear. They have their permits because they're native, so they've hunted a polar bear, but then they kind of gutted it, and they've like hung the whole skin of the polar bear by the side of the house, like, to dry out. And it was like, what the? And then before we left, the guy gives me a dagger, like it's like probably 6-inch, and is like, you know, the only way to kind of kill a polar bear, or like attack a polar bear, is you just stab him in the nose. And I'm like, yeah, I think I would just die before that happens. Also, you know, a polar bear is like 8 foot tall, and I'm only 5'8". I can't do that. It's in the nights in summer and thunderstorms are pretty. Yes, absolutely. Why is this dying? Some people would love more if they were mute. Lily, come on. I honestly, this is another point, because if you know, you know what I'm talking about. Floral, I agree. I might be why my mother kicked me out if I was younger. A polar bear fur coat. Sounds nice. So what they actually, like, I'll talk about the Lily point in a minute. What the local people made for me, I do, like, I provide a service for them anyways, but so a few of them, they came, and I guess it's usually in a professional capacity, you're not supposed to, obviously, my professional capacity, you're not supposed to like buy something from your client other than what the service that you're providing. But these people come in, and sometimes in these circumstances it is an exception because it's their livelihood. Like Nunavut people, they do a lot of arts and crafts and stuff like that. They do mucklucks, which is the boots. You know, you see the kind of the native people's boots, like with the fur. And they also do like gloves with animal skin. And one of them had brought me a wolf skin gloves, and another one was it beaver? It was like something like that, like not beaver. Like, there's no beaver in there, but there's something in that way. And the gloves are, it's like mittens, but like a fur coat on top. And it doesn't feel like something that would be kind of really insulating because it's kind of like a loose, but it keeps your hands so warm. Like, I don't know what is it about the skin that really protects it. So in that way, that's absolutely awesome. Traumatizing. Mitra sounds like she was trained for what, M16? I don't know what that is. U is tall for women. Am I 5'8"? I think it's a good height for Canada. I was tall. I was considered very tall back home, but here, yes, I think it's a good height for a woman. Feel tons of electrical energy in the desert. Absolutely. Do they make apple bottom jeans? Apple bottom jeans, the on the fur. I don't even know the word. Am I 6? Oh, no. 5'8" shortest woman in Balkans. For sure. I don't know. So talking about the point that Lily made, y'all, like sometimes I browse like Fracom or like even anything else, right? Like I was telling a friend, totally separate, this is a tangent. I was telling a friend this morning, now what I see on Fracom reminds me of something, and basically in general in the world. Sorry if this is a tangent for you, but a few years ago, I was driving down, like on my way back home from work, and all of a sudden I see there's crowds. There's a woman who was only wearing her underwear. This is summer, like middle of summer, wearing only underwear, climbed up halfway to like up a pole. I'm not sure if it was electricity pole or was like a light or whatever. And she was kind of yelling or crying. I'm not sure what was happening. And obviously she was unwell. It wasn't like she was running away from someone or whatever. I mean, maybe she was, but she was very unwell, like very, very unwell. And I see people standing on the bottom of the pole and they're taking pictures of her. And I'm like, what? Like, why are you doing this? Like, when did humanity get to this point that we take pictures of people who are obviously like in distress or unwell? And you know, it's just so sad, the state of the world that where we got into. Like, rather than, you know, helping out, I don't know, call 911. I mean, maybe someone did call 911. I'm not saying that nobody called 911. Maybe someone did. Did I stop and called? I think I did stop and asked people if anybody has called 911, and they said yes, they have called 911. Yes. Now I remember. But just to see like that, you know, people are doing that, it was a sad moment. It was like, now we have become like animals. Like, you know, really, it's like a caged animal you're trying to take a picture of. And now what I see on Fracom sometimes, or any basically online community, you see people like, unfortunately, they're unwell. They're obviously unwell. And maybe it is too obvious for me because of nature of what I do. And then people are just like going and trolling and just commenting and just playing this up and egging them on to do certain things that I'm sure if they are, maybe if they are well, they would regret having done these things on a live or on a video and things like that. It just makes me sad. Just makes me sad. That's what I was going to say. 5'3" is tall for Asians. If I ever if I date a woman from the Balkans, she'll pat me on the head every day. I'm 6 foot -2. Ooh, yeah, my threshold is 6 foot. Sorry if you're under 6. Filming can be helpful for evidence, but not everyone is using it in that way. Yes, absolutely. I get it. But if you're like, I mean, you don't even need a film. You need, like, there wasn't one person. There were several people that had their phones up and taking pictures or videos or whatever they were doing. And it's just like, come on, man. It's just a tragedy. And God forbid you say anything, you get called a Karen. Absolutely. It's not a bad thing. Your favorite fragrances to smell on a man? Oud wood, hands down. Hands down. Favorite, yeah, I think Oud wood. I really want to smell Oud wood parfum, but Tom Ford Oud wood is my favorite fragrance on a man. 6'3", Raymond, you're tall. Whoa, and you are skinny, I think. From what I see, 6'3" is tall. 6'3" is tall. I think my oldest is about to be 6 something, most likely in the mid 6'5", 6'6", or something. I'm over 6 foot in platform shoes. Yes, like somebody, right? Like we know all the platform shoes. Like that's hilarious. Anyway, guys, I talked a lot. I gotta go. I gotta start working. Hope y'all are doing well. Please like the stream, subscribe, push the notification button, all those nice things. And let me know if you've tried any Floraiku, what is your favorite from the house, and all of those things. And I will see you later. Bye bye.